Okay, I think I'm here. I think I actually made it on this time without any bloopers. What do you think? Oh, I was just running a little late. Let's see, who's here? Case, you're here? Hello? I was running around a little bit. Missy, you're here. Thank you, Missy, for the, was it super chat? Thank you so much. Martina, you're here. Martina, I looked in all my email and I did not get your pictures. I apologize for not including them. I am so sorry. Well, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if they got lost in cyber heaven. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Who else? Sandy, hello. Case, licking floss. Hello. Anna Corinne, hi. Lucia, you made it. Ah, you still don't have that icon, that badge. Did you try unsubscribing to your membership? Not being a subscriber, but the membership one where you're paying. If you unsubscribe and then resubscribe, that may fix. That was the other thought I had to fix your problem. I don't know. That's the only other thing I could think of. Celia, hello. Martina, Jeep Girl, okay. Leslie, hello. And Jen. Oh my goodness. Esther, you're here. Yvonne's here. Linda's here. Glad you caught me live too. Jill is here. Okay, Martina, you sent him a few minutes ago. Awesome. Grace is here. My heavens, we have a bunches of people. That is just, wow, just wonderful. Stitchy Dutchy. Joyce, how are you? I'm so glad everybody's here. I didn't have anything special planned for today other than to maybe stitch a bit on Frosty, but we all know how it goes when Leanne, hello. We all know how it goes when Karen decides to stitch and then we know what happens. She gets too busy chatting and forgets about stitching. Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth, hold the phone. Where did I put it? I know where. I have to show you guys this. I'm back. I'm so thrilled, Elizabeth, and you know that I am so thrilled. I love you dearly. Elizabeth sent me in all this time I've been doing YouTube videos, Elizabeth sent me my second only ever Happy Meal. And this was the beautiful card she made. Is that not wonderful? Such a talented young lady. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And there was a note inside, which I'm going to keep for myself. Such talent. Can you believe she did this by her own self? But then I got this beautiful, beautiful project I guess I get Elizabeth, would you call a project bag, I think. But it opens up. Here, let me hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let me adjust this camera and then I can, yeah. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Then I can show it to you down here and we'll zoom in a bit. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit more. Oh, too much. Okay, true to form, Karen's technical issues. There we go. Okay. Beautiful project holder. And you open it up and there's a pocket. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. With a zipper. And then here's a place to stick your needles. Awesome sauce. And then here is another pocket that I have my linen thread in because, well, I don't have it over here, but I'm doing, okay, here we go. Whack-a-doodle here. Okay, let me grab it. I'll show you. Now, you all should not be surprised. You all should not be surprised at all. Hold the phone. Are you ready? So, Elizabeth, thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm so appreciated. I do so appreciate it. And it was so timely because it's holding this project. And what is this project, you ask? This is out of Yvette Stanton's early traditional hardhanger book. It is the bookmark. And my lovely friends, I'm stitching it on. Are you ready? Are you ready? 40 count linen with linen thread. Is that not fan-damn-tastic? Oh. So, Elizabeth, this project bag was just so timely. Ever so timely. I truly love it. And thank you ever so much. So, with that, I'll zoom back. Actually, well, you guys like the cross stitch, so I'll stick to the cross stitch today. Unless you want to watch me stitch on some hardhanger. And who asked me the question? Missy, you're here, right? Missy asked me, oh, what did I do? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Okay, I'm going to make a reel of bloopers. That was suggested to me. So, yeah, that might be one of them. Oh, gee. Okay, what was I going to say? Oh, Missy, you asked me about did I like sticking and stabbing for hardhanger. On this fine count linen, I actually do like to stick and stab. Because putting it on the Q-snap, it pulls the holes open. It pulls the holes open a bit better, and I can see them a bit better. I still have to use a magnifier, don't get me wrong. Still using the magnifier. But it does open the holes a bit better. And yeah, the only thing, like anybody else, I have to be careful of is keeping my directions, that you don't go across an area where there shouldn't be a thread. So like on the, okay, like when you go from like this block to this block, you don't want to go across that open area. You don't want any threads across there. So that's the only thing I have to be careful of, is the direction that my threads go, to make sure that I have them being placed correctly. So, but yes, I do. I really, really, I do like it. I do like it a lot. Although I will not stop stitching it in hand. That I won't do either. A project, she calls it a project bag, Elizabeth. Yeah, they are. Now, you should make them and sell them. Yes, you should. Just sell them on Instagram. A lot of people do that, you know. Because I bet they would go like hotcakes. I really bet they would. But it's gorgeous. I love it. Mwah. From the bottom of my heart, I love it. And I don't look for Happy Meal. I don't. But it sure was a pleasant surprise to receive some. You know, it's not necessary. I don't do this to get stuff. I do this because I love you guys. Martina, you're hem stitching and fan stitching at the moment. Yay, yay. I haven't done any hem stitching for a while. I was thinking of the Hardanger Stitch Along. I was considering, I don't know if I will, but I was considering putting a hem stitch edge on that instead of framing it. But that's another. Yvonne, you think Elizabeth should sell them? Yeah, I do too. I do too. I think she could do very, very well doing that. So let me put a hoop on here. And maybe, just maybe, I'll stitch a little. And yes, to all, to keep you guessing, it is part of my job, you know. It's what I do, because you never know what you're going to find when you come here. You just never know. You just never know. I got Frosty out. And, okay, I was going to stitch on the diagonal. Are you ready, folks? Yes. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Latessa, I can't, no, wait. I knew your first name and now I'm not remembering. It starts with an A. You told me further up the chat. Oh gosh. My memory does not remember very well. And you're probably typing it as I'm looking up the chat. Okay, I missed it. Oh, Joan Robertson, I didn't say hello to you. So hello, I'm so glad you're here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me Ariadna? I'm bad with pronunciations. Yes. But yes, if I do a hem stitch, I might have to do a bit of a border too. I have not decided that yet. Now let's see if this okay, that's a little, okay, that gives me more light, but it doesn't make me look, well, it does kind of make me look weird, but so what else is new? Oh, okay. Ariadna. So bad. I am so bad with names. Really, I am. So everybody, if I mispronounce your name, please do not feel bad about correcting me, because I'm really bad. Really, really bad with names. Once I can see you, though, then I can put names with faces, but no, that's wrong. No. Rewind. I can remember faces without a problem. I cannot always put the name to the face. Like in the grocery store, I saw a lady in the grocery store that I worked with years ago. She was a nursing assistant. And I ran into her in the grocery store, and she was, "Oh, hi, Karen, how are you?" Blah, 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 blah. And I'm going, "Oh, hi." But I didn't ask her name. But I knew her face. And I never asked her. And to this day, I cannot remember what her name is. I have no idea who she was. I knew her. I knew I worked with her, but I had no idea who she was. So I'm really good with faces. Names, not so much. Not so much. Let me pull up my chart here so I can stitch it. So are you guys stitching? And what are you stitching on? I decided to get Fred out today. Just on a counter. And now I need to figure out where I am. Maybe that will help. That's what happens when I decide to go rogue here and go off of the off of the diagonal. Okay, I must be in here somewhere. Holy jeez. Okay, that's there. Okay, I should have marked my rows. Now let's see. Matter in Hand by Jeanette Douglas. Licking floss. I was stitching. I'm going around my house picking up things that are in the wrong spot. Boy, is that not the story of some people's lives? I just put your new project away for the day. Well, that's it for me, folks. I see you. Elizabeth, I'm so sorry you have to go. But once again, love you. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday. Wonderful Sunday. Oh, Case. Supersize waterhole. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I just watched Rocking Stitcher. Did you watch that lately? Did you see how far she is? Oh my God, she's close to 50%. Close. She's almost finished with her next row of, she has 2 more pages on her current row of pages. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Melissa, hello. Thanks for stopping. Santa of the Forest by oh, that is a gorgeous sampler, Joan. Gorgeous piece. Stitching on Her Majesty in the Afternoon. Joyce, is that a Heaven and Earth one? I'm not sure that I know that one. I might have to look that up. Jen, so you're close to a finish. Well, you go, girl. You can do it. You can do it. We'll cheer you on. Celia, I saw you went down a new rabbit hole, didn't you? You did. I saw your diamond painting now. Probably goes a lot faster, doesn't it? Than stitching goes a little so slow. Well, hello, Kimberly. You're here. Who did I miss? I don't think I missed anybody. Yes, stitching it in hand. And she's so fast. So all the stuff she gets stitched, it just amazes me how fast she is. Oh, okay, it's retired Joyce. All right. Celia, are you having withdrawal or did the rabbit hole really grab you bad? Hello, Sharon. You're doing a golden kite. I often look at those. I think I have one. Hello, Heather. The thing that gets, I like golden kite charts. Don't get me wrong. I really do. What I don't like is the blended threads because I'm not a fan of stitching with two threads. I just don't like it. I want one thread. Celia, you're deep in the rabbit hole. Oh my God. Yeah, but I love their chart. I mean, their charts are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Just put in the first stitch in your Mirabilia, Anna Corinne. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Still working on your fancy lady. Teresa, are you listening to this? Teresa. Don't tell her, everybody. Don't tell Teresa Little Stitcher, or I'm in deep doo. I'm in really deep doo because I have not touched Meg Wayans. Nope. I've not touched it. It's sitting in the bag behind me. All the stuff and the fabric and the few stitches in it that I have done, but I haven't touched it. Oh, Sharon, you got solid colors. Okay. I did see that they do have some in solid colors. I guess I should really look at that, shouldn't I? Just what I would need is one more project. Just one more. What the heck? What the heck? I have it over in the other room, but I did start God Shed His Grace by Cross Stitch Studio. Hi, Jody. Lucia, you abandoned the the fancy lady. Okay, then I'm not alone. Oh, thank you, Joyce. Thank you. I'm bad. I forget about that Discord. That's terrible. totally forget about it. I haven't checked it in ages. So my apologies to anybody that put stuff there, but I will go have a look at it then. I promise. Okay, I'm up here at, oh, that's, no. I'm trying to figure out where I am so I can stitch a little. And Jody's here. Good morning, Jody. Yeah, that Teresa, she made me do it, and now I'm kind of avoiding it. Kind of, sort of avoiding it. I know that's very bad of me, isn't it? Very not nice. What in the world am I doing here? I started this diagonal stuff, and now you're supposed to be able to find where you are very easily. But that's not quite happening. Oh, Discord is just another way of posting pictures and what have you. Let me think. Let me think how to get there from... Joyce, could you post a link to the Discord, please? It should let you post a link. Thank you. Yeah, it's just another chat thing, and you can post pictures in there. Like, unlike here, you guys can't post a picture. You can only see what I'm doing. Oh, Autumn Church for a little bit this morning. Oh, Leanne. Yeah, that needs to come out. That needs to, yeah. That I need to, yeah, I need to work on that. Yeah, Lucia, that's what I want to do, is just fill in the white. But I'm having trouble figuring out what I filled in and what I didn't fill in. And I really should just count my rows, and that would help me a lot. Let me do this. So that's 210, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, 280. That would help me. Okay, that. So I'm here. I think I marked off things that... Oh, shoot. Maybe that's where I am. That's where I am. Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay. I'm working on that symbol. I had the wrong symbol highlighted. No wonder I was going crazy. Naughty, bad Magwayans. What did... You made a mistake, 10 squares wrong, put 2. Oh. No. See, now there's where you and I would differ, Jen. I would rather do all the frogging and then put it down. because I don't like to pick something up again and have to start by taking all the wrong stitches out. I don't like that. I'd rather bite the bullet and frog and then say, okay, I'm done with you for a while, and put it away. And then when I get it out, I can just pick up where I left off. I would be more inclined to do that. Okay, so I'm here. So I want to go. And you know what, here, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen here, first of all, I hate when my needle keeps coming unthreaded. Oh, the horrors. I'm back to Lucia. You'll like this. You can laugh. Get ready. Are you sitting down and you went to the bathroom and all of that good stuff? Because guess what? Guess what? Watch. I'm back to sewing. So I had a nice discussion with a bunch of you, and we've all come to the conclusion that some of you keep coming back to the channel, which I love you all for. Because you never know what you're going to find. You never know, okay, is Karen going to be stitching on the diagonal? Or is Karen going to be doing cross country? Or is Karen going to sew? Is she going to stick and stab? What is her what do I want to say? What is her method today? And it's usually quite different. I got to loosen this up a little bit. It's usually quite different from the last time you saw me. So I have to keep you all guessing, because what I said to them is that's my persona, is to keep you all guessing. You never know what you're going to find here. Never know. Now, I will admit, I find worth in every method that I do, and I will admit, I get bored, and that's why I switch. That's a lot of why I switch, because I missed a stitch. Because I do get kind of bored doing the same thing. You didn't like the alternating the stitches on the back, Lucia? Okay, yeah, then you know what? Okay, here we go. What's the motto? Okay, you all know this. You all know this. You do you. There's no rules. There's no rules. You just do whatever you want to do. And whatever works for you. And if that means changing it up from time to time, you change it up. Kimberly, you wish you could do the sewing method, but your stitches don't lay flat. You just, oh. I'll tell you what I found. First of all, if it's 2 threads, nope, ain't gonna be happening. Second of all, if I'm going to sew, I do put it in a hoop, because that helps me to, I mean, a lot of people stitch in hand and do the sewing method and they don't use a hoop or anything. They just hold it in your hand, in their hand. And when I do that, my stitches don't look as nice. However, when I'm stitching with 1 thread and I put it in a hoop, I do like them much better. Barbie, frogging is another word for taking your stitches out, because what they say is rip it, rip it, rip it. I'm ripping my stitches out. I'm ripping it, ripping it, ripping it. And a frog goes rip it, rip it, rip it. So that's where it came from. You were taught cross-stitch quite rigidly in the sense that the back needed to be impeccable. Well, you know what? Once again, there's no rules. No rules. It is what you are happy with. If you are happy the way you stitched and with the result of your stitching, that is all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Oh my God, you have to do it this way, or oh my God, you have to do it that way, or oh my God, you can't do that. Those things do not apply. What applies is, I am stitching. I like the way my piece looks. If I don't care about what my back looks like, then I don't care. It's what you want, what makes you happy. Do you do this craft to please everybody else? First, answer that question. Who are you doing this for? I mean, and not making the project itself for, like, necessarily to give it as a gift or whatever. But you stitch why? What for? What do you get out of it? You're not out to please everybody else. Who you're out to please by doing this craft is you, and your satisfaction, and your joy, and your happiness. It doesn't matter. You're not doing this craft for pleasure to please everybody out there. All you have to do is be happy with you and what you have and your outcome. Now, if you're not happy with your outcome, like, oh, I don't like the way that stitch lays, or, ooh, that back is a little too messy, well, then you change it to suit you. But you don't change it for me or anybody else in this group. You change it for you. So, that's just my philosophy. Not everybody agrees with me, and that's okay. But I'm doing this to keep me happy. Okay, sewing in a hoop, Kimberly, is just what I'm doing here. I hold the hoop. I keep my fabric really loose. I mean, there's no tension on the fabric. And I am just, I should put my little magnifiers on. I'm just sewing, and because my fabric is loose, that allows me to angle or manipulate, that's the word I want, my needle appropriately. So, okay, let me just settings, there we go. No, that's not what I want. I want my little, that's not what I want. Where's my thinger where I can adjust the camera settings? Here we go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. So see, all I'm doing is, okay, let's get it over here, is I'm able to push up on my fabric to manipulate the needle. And just sew that way. And I am doing this across the row and then back. I'm not doing just one stitch at a time. Let's see. I should put my magnifiers on so I can see this a bit better. And then sometimes what I found is the row that I'm working on sometimes doesn't look the way I think it should look. And sometimes you do have to go to the back to get to your next spot. And see how, I don't know if you can see this, but you see how that looks a bit gappy? Like in here. Once you put the next row on, that pushes that down and it looks, I mean, I've sewn all of this. Okay. 4-inch hoop. A 3 or a 4-inch hoop is what I use. I don't go any bigger. The philosophy is if you're going to use a hoop, no matter what you're using a hoop for, whether you're sticking and stabbing, whether you're sewing, whether you're whatever you're using your hoop for, whether you're doing hardanger, you never want a hoop larger than the size of your hand. So you want to be able to hold your hoop in your hand like this. See, my fingers are there. Oh, Joyce. Have a good dinner. I see you next time. Hope you're having something good. Yeah, I mean, Kimberly, just try it. Just try it. It may not work for you. And that's okay. But, I mean, you can see, I'll lift my fabric up here. This is just in my hand. And because it's not bigger than my hand, that gives all my fingers the ability to do whatever on the back. So even if you're sticking and stabbing and you don't use Sometimes I will go to a 6-inch hoop if I'm sticking and stabbing. Sometimes. But I will never, I can't tell you that I will ever use a 10-inch hoop, a 12-inch hoop. Never. The only way I'll use an 8-inch hoop is if I have it on a stand, some type of stand to hold it that I can use my hand on the back. But your hands may be tiny, but I bet you can. I mean, my hands are not that big, really. Not that big. So, okay, all right, here we go. I'll compare it. This is a 6-inch Q-snap. There you go. So, yeah, not that big. And hoops can go pretty small. You're right, Lucia. I've seen, you probably have to hunt around a little bit for them, but I've seen 3-inchers. And yes, you have to move it more often. Absolutely. However, is that a bad thing? Is moving it more often a bad thing? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that it is. Because if you're going to be moving it, you're less likely to get a hoop mark because you're going to be moving it all the time. Sticking and stabbing, Jen, is when you come up through the fabric all the way, go down through the fabric, pull it through all the way, come up through the fabric, pull it all the way, go down, pull it all the way. So you're sticking it up and stabbing it down, or the other way. Yeah. Oh, your hand is barely 4 inches from top to bottom. Yeah, look for a 3-inch hoop. You might be able to find that. But even if your hand is 4 inches, a 4-inch hoop is not bigger than your hand. It's the same size. So you still could feel everything on the back. Yes, Case, you're absolutely right. Less hoop lines. Yes, you're making progress. And isn't that what we all want? Absolutely. We all want progress. Sometimes my progress is a little slow. But, oh, Barbie, working with silk threads is just the same as working with cotton. I find it just, I don't really find any difference in the actual stitching part of it. What I see the difference is the way it looks. Joy, hello, hello. Good morning. Well, no, I'm soon going to say good afternoon. It's almost noontime. Wow. We've been on almost an hour already. Imagine that. Is that not wonderful? You're working on block 11. Ooh. Ooh. I'm excited. I worked on the first one that I videoed the other day. What was that? 8? Yeah. Block 8. That's a little bit of a counting nightmare. Oh, Heather, you found 3 inches on Amazon. Lucia, you're giving parking another try. Still hate it. You know, I will also say sometimes. Well, hello, Nicole. Thanks for dropping by. Welcome. I find that I tend to be influenced by what I see other people doing. Okay? I'll watch a video and somebody will be parking and then they're talking about parking, and yes, oh Missy, bye. Thanks for stopping by. And once again, thank you for your super thanks. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see somebody parking and then I think, oh yeah, I'll go back to that. I can do that. And then I think, oh yeah, this is really great. I really like it. I'm going to do this. This is all I'm going to do. But we all know how that goes. We all know how that goes. That just doesn't seem to want to last too long, does it? Because then the next time you come on, I'm over it. I'm done with parking. No, I think I'm going to do the sewing method. Or I think I'm going to stitch cross country. Or, well, you know the drill. You guys all know. It's the surprise you get every time you come here. You are surprised by how many of you go, oh, okay, what's she going to be doing this time? Because you just never know. Because guess what? I don't even know. Oh my. So yes, that's sticking and stabbing. Oh, okay, Missy. Yes, I showed, for those of you that want to see some of the Hardanger Stitch Along projects, if you go to the last video I made, and I think I have it titled, it's block 8 and 9. At the beginning of that, there's a little whip parade of people that sent me pictures of their projects. So anybody that's doing that stitch along with us, if you would like to have your project shown on the next one, because I until the stitch along is over, or actually it's is it really ever gonna be over? But while I am doing the videos, I should say, at the beginning I will put progress pictures of people that are stitching along with us. So if you would like to have your picture part of that little video, please send me pictures. My email address is in the drop-down box, and I will include you in the next set of pictures. So that also means if you've already sent pictures and you've already been included, you still can send more as you progress on, because it's progress pictures. It's not just a once and done thing. Okay? So send me your pictures. I would love to see how everybody's progressing. And I'm sure everybody else would, because I'll tell you what, there were some, the couple that I got were really gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Everyone is doing such a wonderful job. I was really impressed and very proud of all of you. Gail, you believe parking, hi Gail, you believe parking gives you PTSD from being a nurse and trying to constantly sort all those wires being attached. Oh, I can relate to that. Especially when you got to figure out, okay, which one is this? All right. Is this the IV with D5NW, or is this the IV with the antibiotic? Or, yeah. And which opening is it either going into or coming out of? I got you. Oh, good. Okay, no, wait. Ariadna. 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 Yes. Your goal is to have it done by the end of the year or whenever I finish my videos. Yeah. And the rate I'm going, it might take us the whole year. It may take us the whole year. It's not the highest on my list of things to stitch. I like to try and at least get one up a month. Yeah, it's not a hard technique to learn. It really is not. People look at hardhanger embroidery and they get intimidated by it. And I think what intimidates a lot of people is the fact that you need to cut. However, I take you through that cutting process. We do that first cut step by step together, which I hope makes it easier for people. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it and the easier it gets. I think that's what intimidates people. And you look at it and you think, oh my God, what stitches are that? And how do they do that? And all these questions go through your head. When the bottom line is, it is a combination of very simple, basic stitches. I mean, I'm at the point with the stitch along where I really don't have any more stitches to teach you. I really don't. It's satin stitches make up your cluster blocks. Okay, once you know how to do that, that's the foundation. That's everything is based off of that. An eyelet stitch. A lot of you probably know how to do an eyelet before you even started doing hardhanger embroidery, because if you do samplers and some other needlework, they all call for eyelet stitches. Then you have the double cable stitch. Okay, that may be new to some of you. Well, probably maybe a lot of you. However, it's not hard. It's very easy. So let's see, that it was okay. The flowers and the ships, they're all made up of satin stitches. So you already know how to do a satin stitch. It's just counting the number of threads that each stitch goes over. So hardhanger really is a combination of basic stitches that make something that's just absolutely wonderful. I mean, that's all. That's all it is. Now, for those of you that are interested in it, haha, Jody, you're back. I just posted this week a 5-part series on the basics, those basic stitches. I have one more video to add to that where we're going to stitch a simple ornament using those basic stitches together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to record myself stitching it from start to finish. There may be parts where where I speed it up to, because once I show you some of it, it's like, okay, just keep repeating this till you get to this point. So that's going to be the next video. And then the very last part of that is how to cut all the excess fabric away and free it from its fabric. And once you have done all of that, that's the basics. You can do virtually any piece. You just have to maybe learn some alternate stitches to fill in the areas when you cut and wrap the threads that are left. But you don't have to do that. If you want to keep it simply basic, you keep it simply basic. You know, it's not hard. Oh, well, Pat, have a great lunch. And you're in Ontario? Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you for stopping by. Have a great lunch. And I hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'll come back again. So thanks for stopping. Maybe we'll see you next time. So let's see. I'm back to, I might actually get a few. Adriana, you don't have time for another piece. I think we're all in that same boat, to be perfectly honest with you. I have probably things started that I will probably never get back to, if I want to be honest. That is the case. Because, you know, it's like you're working on a project and you're moving merrily along and you're really excited about this project and you're really loving stitching on it. And then you either watch somebody's floss tube or you're perusing a website and you see something else that you go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I got to stitch it. I got to stitch it. I really, really, really got to stitch it. So what do? You get it. You get the stuff. You start it. You're really loving it and excited about it. But that one that you were working on is still sitting in the pile. But then what happens is you're watching a floss tube or you're perusing a website and you see something else and go, I really, really, really got to stitch it. So what do? Yep. You do the same thing. And now that one goes in the pile. And no, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for all of you. I'm speaking for myself. That pile just continues to grow. Oh, yes. Jacob's latest floss tube. Modern Folk Embroidery. Did anybody see it? besides Adriana. Ah, some wonderful, wonderful samplers he's bringing out. He's having his own little, he never comes to the States for market. So he's having his own little new releases. And oh, my. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I need to find my pair of cheater glasses because here we go. Do you want the guys laugh at me? Yes, they were some absolutely outstanding designs. That man is very, very, you want to laugh? But oh my, that's better. Even this is 20 count, and I still need to use some magnification. Yes, I agree. I prefer my patterns to come as PDF. Mainly because then you can either put them in Pattern Keeper or Markup, because I tell you what, this girl is totally spoiled. Totally spoiled. This girl anymore totally dislikes stitching from paper. Yeah, not my cup of tea. I like the fact that I can put it on my tablet, whether it be in Pattern Keeper or Markup. I use both. Okay, I better mark these off before I keep going and fill in stuff that's not supposed to be. There we go. Yeah, I use both. I guess the easiest thing is it just depends on there we go. Come on. Yeah, it just depends on which one it goes into easier. But I will, sometimes I'll use Pattern Keeper, sometimes I'll use Markup. But I am leaning more towards Markup because it does keep the counts for you and you can go back a lot easier to look at them, which it's easier to see past days in Markup as opposed to 2, 3, 4. Pattern Keeper, you have to go into your settings and change the date to previous dates in order to see. I mean, the information is there. It's just a little bit more work to get it out. So that's part of the reason that I do like Markup. I didn't find it difficult to learn. Some people have trouble navigating it, but I didn't find it difficult at all. So I guess, sometimes it depends on what you're used to. Like when you're used to one set of way of doing things, um, it's hard to change to another way of doing things. Although, I mean, you're talking to the person who changes her method of stitching every other day. So it doesn't, it's no big deal to change my method of marking off my stitches every other day. And some patterns I do have in both places. Some I have, there's a couple that I have them in Pattern Keeper and markup. And I did that just to do a comparison of like accuracy. Like is Pattern Keeper giving me the same numbers as markup is giving me? Like if I started out with 100,000 stitches, I am used to change. If I started out, say, with 100,000 stitches, and both apps tell me 100,000, and I stitch 200 stitches that day, do both apps tell me I have 800 stitches left? Or subtract 200 from 100,000. 99,800. I can't do math. But do both apps tell me I have the same amount of stitches left? Because there was someone, and I would be hard-pressed now to remember who, that the stitch counts between the stitch count was really off in one of the apps. But it was the way, I think it was off in markup. It didn't, she knew how many stitches she stitched, but the statistics in markup didn't reflect it accurately. And what happened is I think we figured out what happened, is the repeats, like your overlaps, markup was counting that overlap twice. So that was throwing things off for her. So I think we figured that out, and I think she got it, I hope, because I don't remember hearing anything about it since. But I hope that she got it fixed. Hi, Brandy. Yes, you caught me live. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So I'm just sitting here yakking about not much of anything, a little bit of everything. And I'm actually doing some stitches. Would you believe that? But I best be marking them off. Oh, I guess I better do that. No, I guess I better do that. There we go. Sometimes my fingers get weird. 3. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just sitting here. I'm actually stitching. Oh, good, Lucia. That was you that we had to fix it? I could not. It's terrible. I could not remember who it was. So good. I'm glad you got it fixed. That's so wonderful. So I'm actually, do you believe it? Normally I just sit and chat away. But today I'm actually doing some stitches, which is a minor amazement. It doesn't always happen. See what happens then when I stitch, I get too involved. Ah, good, good. Yes, that is the nice thing about markup now. When it first came out, it didn't collate the pages the way Pattern Keeper does. So all you saw was each individual page, which was okay. I mean, it is what it is, and there's a lot of people out there that stitched by page, so that was fine. But since I think it was an update not too long ago, it puts the whole pattern together as one big pattern, just like Pattern Keeper does, and that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I love it. But you can switch back and forth if you so desire. So if you want to just see an individual page, you can do that. If you want to see the whole chart, you can do that. So that's really rather nice. Jody, 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 you are not stitching today? I am going to have to yell at you now. Brandy, you got to 34%. Yay! Awesome. Let's see. Let me mark off my stitches. Let's see how many I actually did today. This is going to be a record, my friends. It is going to be a record. Listen, anything above 10 is a record. And we are at, hold on to your hats. Hold on to your hats. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? Are you sure? You're sitting down. It's not, hi Tracy. It's not going to be too much of a shock, is it? 56 so far. Whoa. Karen did 56 stitches so far on a live stream. That's a record. We need to circle this day in red on the calendar. It may not happen again. And Tracy's here. Oh, Jody, you're at 89% on your Cardinals. I would have guessed a little bit further than that by the looks of it, because it looks like so almost done. And Sparkle Stitcher, you actually caught us live. Yes, you did. Wonderful. Wonderful. So glad you're here. Welcome to the chaos. Or to the, I don't know, to the crazy farm. You never know what you're going to find here. Hey, Donna. How did I miss? Oh, there you are. How are you today, Miss Donna? I need a drink. Sorry. Yeah. So, oh, Donna's here. Let's see. Who else is? I was talking with Donna, and we decided, so I'm going to see if I can do this. Yes, it is a record. We decided that I needed to I needed to do a video of all of Karen's bloopers. Because mostly every video at some point or another, or most live streams at some point or another, have some bloopers in it. Like, oops, where did my camera go? Or whatever. All of my technical difficulties. So I will have to go back through my old videos and see if I can make a bloopers. Maybe you guys would know the answer to this question, but does anyone know where I can get 15 plus skeins of Cosmo floss of a single color? Jean Farish. Jean Farish sells Cosmo floss. She stocks Cosmo floss. 15 skeins. She may have to order it for you, but I am positive that she would. I would contact her. She has a YouTube channel. And let me see. Okay, where did it go? Oh no! I'm trying to open my live streaming. Oh, I don't want that. There we go. Yeah, just look her up on YouTube. I'm sure she would, if she doesn't have that many in stock, I'm sure she would order some for you. Yeah, Cosmos is just another brand like DMC, Anchor, Cosmos, CXC. I just learned about. Oh, really? The colors are more vibrant and the thread less tangly. Wow. Now let me ask, because I don't really know. Because I don't know anything about, I really know nothing about Cosmos. Maybe I should order a little bit just to see. But do the colors match DMC? Like, is there a conversion? Or are they numbered like DMC colors? That's my curious, because let me tell you what. Over there in my rolling cart. Don't look at my mess. But let's see. Down there in my rolling cart, those 4 drawers, big drawers on the bottom, are all my DMC floss. They are full. Stuffed. Plus, I'm going to make you dizzy again, so look away a minute. Again, excuse my mess. That cart is all my colors pulled for my current projects. So, because of all of that, I hesitate to go to another brand of floss. But it might be, again, my personal opinion. Here I go. on a soapbox. My personal opinion is that I do not think the quality of the DMC is what it used to be. It could just be me. The black isn't as thick as it used to be. I think it. Now, some of the fraying and the shredding is because of people not using the right size needle. Or there's a burr in the eye of the needle. But even with your needle being good, there are times that fabric will fray. It twists. It knots a lot more than it used to. Again, just my opinion. Yeah, no, you're Jody. I'm right there with you. I do not think it's. I think the quality is lacking. From what it was years ago. However, that being said, when you have that much floss, how do you justify switching your brands? I can't. I can't. So, yeah. I mean, I think there's always one thread or maybe one manufacturer is better or worse than others. It's, they're not all the same. But I may just do what you're suggesting is just order a couple skeins and try it on a small monochrome. Could be worth it. JP Coates, I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if JP Coates is still around or not. Oh, the price of DMC has definitely changed. Definitely changed. What's it up to now? Oh, I can't do that. It on 123 stitch, it's up to $0.66 a skein. And they usually sell it a little cheaper than other places. Did I hear that somewhere in a shop it was like 90 cents? Now, this is in the States. In Europe, it's far more expensive than here. 70 cents at Hobby Lobby. Okay. So, yes, the price has definitely gone up. Okay, it's a long time ago. When I'm not going back that far. When I first started stitching, I'll go back that far. It was like 10 cents a skein or something ridiculously cheap like that. And back in the 80s, you could get it for 25 cents, or people put it on sale at 5 for $1. And then it went up to 45 or 50 cents. And now it's up to, 123 Stitch has it for 66 cents. Let's look at Needlecraft Corner. That's one place I'll go. Let's see what her DMC is. Clear special kit. Threads. Here we go. Her DMC floss is 99 cents a skein. Yeah. Pearl cottons are between $1.95 and $2.60, depending on what size you get. 1, 2, 3 for those that don't have a local shop. Yes, you're absolutely right. Because 1, 2, 3 Stitch, their shipping is very reasonable. So if I'm going to order floss, that's where I will order from. 1, 2, 3 Stitch. Yes, Gail, 3 for $1. I remember even 5 for $1. But I'm dating myself. Who said? I saw a price. Ariadna, where I lost you? Oh, there it is. 60 cents a skein. You pay almost $2. Oh, my. Yeah, there are some places that it's very, very expensive. Very expensive. And I can see why people have gone to CXC, because that's very, very cheap. I've heard mixed reviews on that. Some people like it. Some people love it. Some people not so much. Yes. It is a shame. The price has gone up, but the quality has gone down. Yeah. That's a shame. It's a real shame. Because, yeah, like I said, I have all that over there. I don't know how many skeins it is. It's a lot. Oh, there's Allison. Hello, Allison. Glad you made it. I didn't see you come on. Oh, there you are. I see you up there further. I missed you. Yeah. So, yeah, it's the great floss debate. But really, I'm just going to keep using what I'm using despite the downside of it, because I have so much of it. I can't in my mind justify doing something different when I have all of that. How are you, Allison? Thank you for your message, by the way. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what? Licking Floss, I can't remember your name. Your name. Terrible. I never understood that either. DMC is manufactured in France. And yet, it's more expensive in Europe than it is here in the States. Now, I also noticed, do I have a skein laying here somewhere? I might not. But, oh, well, you dummy, there's a whole buttload right here. I also noticed that if you read the label, the stuff that we buy is labeled for sale only outside the EU. So what we're buying cannot be, Rachel. Okay, I will try and remember that. The DMC that we buy, where is it? See if I can get it. There. For sale only outside the EU. I think it's because there are dye restrictions. So what they're selling in Europe may have different dye, even though it's the same color. There's certain things, if they're going to send it to the United States, that it can't be sold here. What I don't know. I don't get it. I don't quite understand it all. But yeah, the price difference is way a lot of price difference. Kind of doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, it looks the same. And your labels over there say made in France. Yeah, where ours say in the US only. Yeah, there's some kind of restrictions, either restrictions that the United States has or restrictions that Europe has, that it's the same company, but there's something different about it. That's a good idea, Brandy. For those that are outside the US, see what their shipping rates would be. Or I was toying with this idea years ago, and not that long ago, but years ago, we used to have what we called floss buddies. So that people in Europe could get floss at our rate by having someone here in the States purchase it for them and then send it to them. Because depending on where it's going, if you mark it as a gift, they don't have to pay is it import taxes, or there's some kind of things that they pay when they receive a package. But if you mark it as a gift, they don't have to pay that. So I was thinking, would it be something that we'd want to do is match people up with floss buddies? I think it would be a good idea, and I think it would help have us US people help out our European friends or friends outside. Yeah, it's customs and import taxes and other stuff that they have to pay. But like, I've sent stuff over and I mark it as a gift, and then the taxes can be avoided. So if that's something you would like I said, my email address is always in the Dropbox. You can certainly send me an email. I will start a list of people in the US who want to be buddies, and people across the pond in some place or another who need a buddy, and match people up. So that, okay, Brandy's already happy to do that, which I'm not surprised. But I can connect people so that, Cass is already, I keep saying Cass and it's Case. So, pardon me. I can match people up with each other. So if whoever Brandy would be matched with, they can contact her, say, this is my list. Brandy could purchase it, say, okay, this is the cost. They can exchange the dollars however they want, whether it be PayPal or whatever, and then Brandy can ship it to whoever. It would be a lot. It would be a big savings for our European friends, especially when we have somebody who's paying darn near $2 a skein. And not just European, Australian friends. I think it's pretty expensive in Australia also. So this is not limited to, let's just say this is worldwide. So if people want floss buddies, send me an email. Mark, Jen, it's the cones. Well, did you know you can go right to the DMC website and order cones? But I don't know what your shipping would be. Because I've ordered them right off the DMC website. Let me look here. I'm on my tablet. Okay. Jen, you're in, did you say Ireland? Let's just use United Kingdom. Photo, discover our threads. Okay, let's do soft cotton. Ooh, your labels are even different. Okay, let me just look up cones. That would be easier. I know I've gotten cones from 123 Stitch, but I've gotten cones off the website also. Sometimes these things are so difficult to navigate. DMC cone. All right, get this. Oh, they only allow them in the States. That's why on the DMC website, this is how crazy things are. I type in DMC cone and my search results are crochet hooks. And pine cones. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's look at the United States then. Oh, I don't want that. Shop now. 6-strand embroidery floss. Okay. Oh, it's $1.05 on the DMC site. Well, that's special. I know if you order the small cone on 123 Stitch, it's 20 something. Okay. On the DMC site, blah, 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 if you order the big monster cones, Those are $70. But if you order the smaller ones, the 100-gram ones, those are $20. Right now, they're regular $32. Thing is, the colors are limited, but a cone is, oh my God, I sat too long. Rolly chairs. Here, that's a cone. So it's, I forget how many yards. Okay, that's the big one. The bigger one is just about 2,300 yards. The smaller ones is 100 grams. That's this size. And it is why doesn't it not tell me? It doesn't well, it's 100 grams, so whatever yardage 100 grams would come to. But it doesn't give me an exact yardage. But it's a lot of, I mean, here, there. See, it's pretty thick, so it's a lot of floss. So that's a cone. So it's great if you're doing a monochrome sampler, like an all one color one. Yeah, they're fabulous for that. So if you're doing a long dog in all one color, they're great for that. Or yeah, any of the ones that are just all one color, they're wonderful for that. Because I mean, rest assured, you'll probably have enough. And you know it's the same dye lot because it's all on the same cone. So yeah, that's a cone. So this was, I think I paid $20 at 123 Stitch for this. Would be my guess, my best guess. Corner, thread and floss, 123 Stitch. Let's see. Do a cone here. See how much this is. Okay, it's $22.99 at 123 Stitch. So yeah, I mean, still 100 grams, which is approximately 450 yards. Yeah, there's other. Oh, I don't know, Jen. A cone of DMC black, depending on your stitching, you're going to have to buy it again. Yeah. Well, I have several. I have red, I have black, I have gray, I have 2 shades of blue. Well, I bought the blue when I was going to participate in that stitching for pandemic, and I bought the big cone of the one blue because it was on 14 count with 3 strands of floss. Which, okay, it would have been okay. But, okay, the infamous but, we all know how that goes. But I don't believe it was Zweigert's 14 count. It was stiffer than stiff. I could hardly even bend it to, I was going to do the sewing method thinking that's going to go a whole lot faster. My hands hurt so bad to work on that. I could do just a very few stitches and my hands hurt so bad from trying to manipulate the fabric, one, and pull 3 strands of floss through those holes. Because by the time you're stitching that last leg and putting that 4th stitch through the same hole, it was so full of thread, it was a challenge to pull that through. My hands hurt. I couldn't, so I avoided it. I avoided it like the plague because it just hurt my hands so bad. So I ended up actually begging apologies, and I sent it back for somebody else to finish because you know what, our stitching is supposed to be a joy. It's supposed to make us happy. It's not supposed to cause you stress and anxiety. So as much as I would have liked to participate in the project, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. You were stitching with 3 strands on a Mill Hill kit. Yeah. Yes. Yes, you should have bought the cone. Does 3371 come on a cone? Yes, it does. You still, oh no, it's out of stock. On 123 Stitch, it is out of stock. But you could still buy it. They'll notify you when it's back in stock again. Yeah. I don't know what chart doesn't call for 3371. Just like I don't know what chart doesn't call for black. Or, I mean, some of these other colors are, yeah, you may use them, you might not use them. 500, that's not a real popular. I mean, that's popular, but I had, for my pandemic that's going around that people are finishing for me, I bought a cone of B5200. So I hope that is holding out, that they're not going to run out. And come to think of it, I haven't heard anything about that for a while. Brandy, have you? Bye, Martina. And I will look for your pictures and make sure I got them. If I have a problem, I will let you know. So take care. And thank you for sending me pictures. I love it. I love it. Casa Sienna has cones for 18 euros, equal to 57 skeins. There you go. There you go. I don't know, the shipping in Europe, I don't know how expensive that is. Lucia, your chart has no 3371. You're lucky. 3371 in this one. 3371 in Autumn Church. 3. Okay, then it's just me. Maybe I ought to get a hold of Susan and see where we're at with that. I'll have to shoot her an email and say, haven't seen anything for a while. How's it coming? Yeah, it's not hot. Yeah. Well, this is 20 count, and I'm having to put magnifiers on. Yeah. I have a head that needs 40 plus skeins of 939. Oh my God. Oh my. Yeah, there should be a cone for that one too, but yeah, there's not. 939 is another one. The thing that gets me about 939, and I guess it's just for shading purposes, but I have since abandoned it. It has gone to the never to be seen again pile. I was doing Heaven and Earth Fractal 6. Okay, so that's the one. It's all black background, and then it has this beautiful, colorful design. But the background is black. But in that, there's 939. And there's lots of it. Well, it starts out just sparingly, and then it gets more and more and more. But still, when you stitch 939 next to black, you cannot see the difference. They look this, it's like, I can't tell that I even stitched it. Oh, so yeah. Tori, hello. My goodness, it's been forever. How are you? Oh, Kimberly. Oh, well, dress Miss Lily up for her pretty pictures with the Easter Bunny. Oh, how cute is that? Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. My little Easter Bunny gal is going to be 40 2 days after Easter. I don't think she'll sit on the Easter Bunny's lap anymore. Oh, well, have fun. Have fun. And have a great rest of your weekend. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, 939. Same. DMC floss is equal to 1.5 strands of floss. Yes. And Teresa, Little Stitcher, was using floss on one of her patterns, and she really likes it. So yeah, it depends where you want to use it. That's a good option. You've been distracted, Tori. Oh my. But yes, I am well. I am fine and, well, stitching way too many things. But life is what life is. It's called It Is What It Is. But yeah. So I'm glad you got to drop by. I'm nursing my coffee here. I use all three, Allison. All three. Depends on my mood of the day. I stitch in a hoop. I stitch in a Q-snap. And I just got another scroll frame to put God Shed His Grace on. Because the one I have is way too big. It's, I think, for close to 40 inches. No, it's not 40 inches, but it was for Magwayans. And I just got a 21-inch one to put. What I'm doing with God Shed His Grace is I'm dividing it into 3 panels. So the first, across the width, the first 5 pages is panel 1. So 5 pages across the width and the whole length. And then the next panel will be the next 5 pages and the whole length. And then the last panel will be the last 5 pages and the whole length. And will I ever get it done? Only remains to be seen. But the way it's divided, or the way I divided it, each section on its own will be quite lovely. So if I get the first panel done and decide not to do 2 and 3, it will be just fine. If I get 2 panels done and decide not to do the third, it will be just fine. So that's why I'm doing it that way. But yes, I have that on a scroll frame. It still won't get near. Oh, I'm going to be Barbie, you're going to be a great Nana in September. Oh, yes. Oh, that's great. You know what, Allison? I was going to ask you that. I just didn't get around to sending you a message. But I was going to ask you if it was strictly for scroll frames or if it would also hold hoops. So thank you for that info. I look forward to that. I absolutely look forward to. I'm kind of excited about it. No, not kinda. I am excited about it. I have my Lowry stand in the living room. And I have put this scroll frame on it, and my Lowry is so wobbly. I even have it under. I have my recliner chair sitting on top of the plate, and maybe it's because it's on carpet, but it's so wobbly. And with this, I have to use that, what do you call it? That adapter, that long thing. And then that's in the way because I'm stitching at the bottom left corner. I started at the bottom because before I decided to put it on a scroll, I was using a hoop, and I started at the bottom thinking if I keep using the hoop, then as I stitch, the weight will be in my lap as opposed to all the weight at the top. Well, here we go again. Change, change, change. Then I decided to put it in a scroll because my piece of fabric is 36 inches long. So what do you do with all that fabric? Tori, I hear you. You got your first millennium. You're using it with the Lowry. Don't really like the setup so much, but I use it because I spent so much money. That, I hear you. And millennium frames are very nice, and they are very much like, and the quantum frames are very, very nice. However, they're heavy. And even with that adapter thing, it just doesn't work right. I could never get it to work right, to the point that Brandy loves me. Brandy Cooper, she loves me because I sold her my quantum. Brandy, you bought my quantum frames, didn't you? And she's having a ball with it, as far as I know. But yeah, I just, Yeah, it just doesn't, I just couldn't make it work for me either. To the point that I got rid of all those frames. Now, I have bought several scroll, I have now three scroll frames, but I did not buy expensive ones. Is it a little bit difficult to get your fabric really tight? Yes. Yes, it is. But I didn't feel like I wanted to go that route of spending all that money again. Oh, okay. Every time I go to pronounce your name, Latessa, I have to stop and think, and then I forget. So, but I'm so sorry that you have to go, and I'm glad you have been here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have found some things that you like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You never know what you're going to find here. Ariadna, that's it. Okay, I have to see it to pronounce it. Ariadna. But yes, if you're anybody that's not subscribed, please subscribe. Because, not to change the subject, but just a brief intermission and a stroking my own back here. I am 10 people away from 14,500 subscribers. Can you believe that? I can't. I'm just amazed. The deal is, when we get to 15,000, there is going to be a giveaway or several giveaways. So if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Help us to get to 15,000 so that we can do a wonderful giveaway. Okay, that was a brief advertisement for me. Okay, where was I here? Let me back up in the chat here a little bit. Great grandma's. Allison's gonna send me a picture. I have to go. Okay, that's where I was. Joyce, yes, I'm still here. Can you believe that? Probably 2 o'clock is going to be the limit. Okay? Because then it's 3 hours. Yes, Tori, the frames are wonderful. Yes. I don't have the frames anymore, Tori. I got rid of them for that reason. To the wonderful Brandy. So she bought my Monarch stand and my frames and scroll bars, and she loves them, and I am so happy for her. I really, really am. But they just weren't working for me. And Joyce, you have yours on that vise yet? Well, I'm glad that works. I have one. I got one of those, but you know what happened? I must have clamped something wrong. And the piece I was working on, it was in a Q-snap. And I must have angled it wrong in the vise, and I tore my fabric. Yeah. I haven't used it since. Ah, Ariadna, you're a long-time subscriber. Good. Thank you. Pass the word around. We need to get to 15,000. That's only 500 more. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then giveaway time. I'm starting now to collect, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm collecting. I tightened it. Yes, Anna Karen, I tightened it already. It's tight. In fact, not only did I tighten it, but my husband tightened it. And he tightens it far tighter than I can, because once he tightens it, there's no way I can even get it open. So yeah, it's tight. But it's also on carpet. So could that be some of the wobbling? I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. I just use one. But you may have gathered from Allison, I am going to, I hope it's okay if I say this, Allison. If not, tell me before I open my mouth. Her significant other made her a stand that she loves. So I am going to test one and see how that goes. Now, I will also tell you this, and I hate to say not nice things. I'm just go for it. Okay, I did. Yeah, Allison is going to send me a stand to test. The one that her significant other has made, to test it. If I don't like it, I can send it back. And if I do like it, I can keep it for a reasonable fee. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of excited. I'm really excited. But I'm also going to tell you this, and I don't like to speak negatively, because that's not, I just don't like to do that. But I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. You all know that I got a Patoki. Hi, Louisa. You all know that I got a Patoki floor stand. Okay? And I loved, I'm going to use past tense, I loved it. It was fine. It was wonderful. It was terrific. It was comfortable in my recliner. Some of you know this already. Now, when I put my hoop on it, and my hoop's in the stand like this, and I'm stitching, and the next thing you know, my hoop is like this. So it's in the stand like this, and the next thing you know, my hoop is like this. It falls front. Or there's a piece here that you can adjust this angle. The next thing you know, my hoop is like this. Things need tightened. And I don't know how to tighten it up. Like the head that holds the hoop needs to be tighter than it is. And I don't know how to tighten it. And I've contacted them. And supposedly the engineers were going to get back to me and tell me how. But I've not heard for anything, and I really do need to contact them again. Now, part of the problem may be because I put my Heaven and Earth designs on it and all that fabric. It may just be that it's too heavy. However, that's what I stitch. And yes, Jen, my mini does the same thing. My mini, I have it like this, and the next thing you know, it goes like this. That one needs tightened also. Yeah, I my main stitching is Heaven and Earth Designs, and they're just, so if you stitch them, I did contact them about it. And you're right, because that stand was not cheap. They are very expensive. And it's not, if they were not going to hold a large piece of fabric like that. I mean, because, okay, face it, some of your Heaven and Earth Designs, your fabrics are huge. And if it was not meant to be used for that, or that was not recommended, I wish it would have stated that in the details and the description of the stand. So without that knowledge, one would assume that it would be fine. I've even tried to keep all the fabric up so that it's resting up over the arm that comes down. And that didn't help either. I mean, that still made it, that still made it flop around. So I'm going to contact them again and say, I'm still waiting for this information on how to tighten it. And that virtually for what I'm stitching, it's unusable. And I hate to do that. I hate to be negative, but if you're not happy, you're just not happy with it. And I like I said, I wish they would have said not recommended to be used with very, very large pieces of fabric, because then I would not have bought it, because all I use is large pieces. Or I would have gotten the other stand that held scroll frames, even though I wasn't necessarily stitching. Yeah. Case, you're right. It's as big as a queen size bed sheet. No, mine's not. It's 21 by 36. So, yeah. I hear you, Joyce. And yeah, my thing is I always sit in my recliner when I stitch. So that, I mean, that would work if I'm sitting here at a table, but it wouldn't work if I'm sitting in my recliner, unless I have some kind of an overbed table to hook it up to. Aha, that's a great thing, Allison. Yeah, get your reviews in first and see what people think. You know, does it need to be tweaked any place? Yeah, I would put it over here in my porch and use it instead of the Patoki. Yeah, I think, and I believe Maybe just people from this group will keep me busy. Or your Zoom friends. Yeah. Which, by the way, I have been meaning to stop by there, and I just haven't gotten there. This past week I was um, doing all those Hardanger videos. Yes. Yes, and that's from the Patoki. You can, yeah, it comes at you from the side. So, yeah, it was great. I mean, the other one I hear good things about is the Gus floor stand. I mean, I've just seen pictures of that, but that looks like you can have it come directly in front of you, or you can have it come from the side, and has a lot of options too. So, yeah, deciding on a stand is so individual, I guess is the word I want, because somebody might love this stand and somebody might love this stand and somebody might that stand, but finding the one that works for you is difficult. Is difficult. Yeah, I need to keep my feet up. That's why I stitch in the recliner, and I have a table aside of my recliner that has all my stuff, lots of stuff on it, and yeah. So I like a stand that comes, if I can, from the side. Oh, really? Is a Gus stand that expensive, Tori? You're right, Allison. It's just like stitching. Not everybody likes the same thing. Until you find what you like is the trick. Yes, when you guys are on again, I will have to come on. It is. I have, oh well, we are not going to go down that road of all the different stands I have had, all the different scroll frames I have had, all the different lots of things I have had. And yeah, at first I like it, but then as the more I used it, it was things didn't work. And, at first everything is fine and wonderful until you start using it a while, and then you find out all the little quirks that don't suit your style. And yeah, yeah. Oh, Louisa, she's stitching in her living room. She has a Millennium stand in her living room, and she's sitting at a table in her dining room stitching on a hoop. See? And you know what you use depends on where you're stitching. Yeah. 250 euros for a Gus stand. Yeah. That sounds about right from what I was hearing. Yeah. But there's so many. I mean, you have the Lowry, you have the Millennium stands, you have the um, Dubco stands, you have the ones that the Monstrix stands, you have the Mark IV, you have um, the Needlework System 4. That's another one. You have K's Creations. I mean, the list. The list goes on. And there's all kinds. So till you figure out what it is, first of all, what type you want. Do you want it for scrolls? Do you want it for hoops? Do you want it to be used on everything? Do you want it to come at you from the front? Do you want it to come at you from the side? Do you want to be able to sit in recliner and pull it to you? The choices are out of the... Yes, Donna. Evertotes just bought, or they're making... Which frame are they making now? I can't remember, but they are making one that they bought the business from. I can't remember the name. Too many. This is full. Yeah, it's... Yeah, Evertote is... she started out making project bags. It's... oh, for the love of God, what's her channel? Oh, why am I drawing a blank? Evertote. It'll come to me. I'll look it up. She just had a video up. Of course, then when you want to find something that's way down the list, Friday Off the Grid. Oh, thank you, Donna. You know them all. Yeah, Friday Off the Grid. That's Carolyn of Evertote. And she started out making project bags. And now I think she has expanded. She has a small shop. She's part of that Roxy and Leo floss thing. She's doing a retreat with Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. Her husband is now making the stands that they bought the business. Yeah, so she's into a lot of stuff. Tori, Monarch stands are not being made anymore. The gentleman that made them went to nursing school. He stopped. And he's not making, but I think he sells the pattern so that you could have someone build it for you. Unless he's back to making them again. I'm not sure. But the last I knew, you could buy the pattern to have someone make it. Yes, Carolyn's husband is the one that's making the stands from Friday Off the Grid. Yes, Joyce, you're right. And that's why, put my hand up. That's why people end up getting a stand and selling it and getting another stand and maybe selling it or having a stand room in your house of all the ones you tried. Because, yeah, I've been there. I have been there. And yeah. I like the Lowry. It's just too wobbly. It's just too wobbly. So, yeah. I like my Patoki. It just needs to be tightened. They just need to tell me how to tighten it. And if it can't be tightened, then tell me that. Or they should have told me, don't put honking big pieces of fabric on it. Which is what I did, because Lucia, good idea. You know what? And sometimes that's a good reason to use a little 4-inch hoop and stitch that way. Now the thing with my, and the reason I put it on a scroll frame is because that fabric is so darn stiff. I couldn't, if I put a hoop on it, the hoop was popping right off. Yeah, no matter what hoop I put on, it was popping. I couldn't even get it on to tighten it because it kept popping off. And it says Zweiger. I think it says what? Well, it's the gray and the white gridded fabric. I am going to assume it's Zweiger's. It said it was Zweiger's, although it's ridiculously stiff. Joyce. Yeah, you're not alone. You're not alone. Well, look at all that. You could have at least 5 projects going then. Okay, you could do an hour on this one, an hour on this one, an hour on the next one, and just rotate through them. Jody, you got one at a garage sale. Yeah. Yes, I agree with you, Jody. Tori. Small projects, yeah, you can do. Like this stocking is not that big. I mean, seriously, it's not that big. So it's kind of easy to bunch up the fabric and put it in a small hoop and sew. But when I'm talking a yard of fabric long, how do you how do you do that? And this is 20 count fabric, but it's been in and out of hoops and in and out of Q-snaps and held in my hand for so long, because I started this a year and a half ago, that it's no longer stiff. I mean, it's very soft and pliable, where that new fabric is stiffer than stiff. Now, and it's gridded, so you don't want to wash it to take the sizing out, because you'll wash your grid lines away. So, yeah. Always a dilemma. Always a dilemma. Joyce, can I come visit? Well, she has enough workstations. Well, a few of us could go visit, and each of us work on a different project. What do you think, Joyce? Although, I'm a wuss. I like to keep my feet firmly planted on the ground. I'm not a big fan of flying anymore. Too many. No, not a big fan. If I have to, I will. But if I don't have to, I ain't gonna. So, well, guys, I've been here for 2.5 hours at least. I hate to do this, because you guys are all so great. But I think I have to call this a day. I use a hoop for... She's a big girl. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind using a hoop, but I also like to stitch two-handed. Well, it's kind of a multi-vise, but cheaper. bet if I had one on each side, that would work okay and probably not wobble. Well, that's well, that's here, let me try and show you. This is what I hook my there. That's what I oh wait. There. That's what I put my there. That's what I put my Q-snap in when I'm filming. So, yeah. And that works fine for here when I'm filming. It's just when I'm not. So, anyway, I did hear from Teresa Little Stitcher. She is home. I don't know when she's going to be doing a video. However, I did talk to her earlier in the week, like Monday or Tuesday or no. Yes, earlier in the week, because she's at a retreat this week. She should be coming home today from a retreat. So her and I will probably be touching base very soon. So, but she is back. She had her wonderful vacation. I'm waiting to hear all about it. So yeah, she's fine. Hopefully we'll see a video from her soon. So, my friends, it's going on 2 o'clock here. I need to put a little something in my belly. Oh, she's going to be oh, yay! Okay, then her and I are going to compare notes. Ha ha, you'll get it. A double feedback. That's awesome. Yes, I believe that my 52 stitches is a record. I'll double check that for you. See if I... Oh, hey, wait a minute. I did 4 more. So the record now stands at 56. Mark that down. We will see if we can break it when I do a live again. So yes, that is a record. I've never stitched that many on a live. Never. So, okay, my friends. My belly needs a little bit of food because I have not eaten yet. I know, I do that all the time. So, I want to say thank you to everybody who stopped by. You guys are wonderful, terrific, awesome, fabulous. You know the drill. And I want to say, remember, there are no rules. Stitch what makes you happy. Be happy with what you stitch. Yes, Brandy, it is a record for me. We are going to mark this day in red. I'm going to put it in my YouTube calendar. And hopefully, I'm going to try and do a live once a month. Okay, so it won't be till sometime in April. So with that, my friends, you all know the drill. You all know the drill. The only rules in cross stitch are the ones you set for yourself. So all of you have a great rest of the weekend. Have a great upcoming week. Get stitching done. Be happy. Stitch what you love. Love what you stitch. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.